Okay, let's do an extended round of applause for ourselves. How amazing was this? So how good is it to be together in person? Yes. So I'm so grateful for this opportunity to connect with each of you, to see your beautiful faces, and to be in your presence. As the song goes, Hine ma tov, shevet achim ve'achot gam yachad. Just small adaptation. How good is it to sit together with our brothers, sisters, beloved ones, with our community? We just finished spending time with people in similar roles, processing what we've learned over the past day and a half, sharing our successes and planning for the future. We have covered a lot of ground together. We began with my conversation with Jodi Kantor, exploring the impact of her investigative journalism on workplace safety, the power of storytelling in shifting culture, and the challenges and opportunities of navigating the Me Too movement with fairness and accountability. We used the interactive gallery to co-create our timeline of accomplishments and share our hopes for our future. Can you just raise your hand if you had a chance to check out the gallery? It was incredible. I just have to say, it wasn't just some highlights from SRE's history, but the cards that each of you wrote, just sharing just that meaningful work that you've been doing over these past few years, as well as your hope for the future, so incredibly inspiring. We reflected on the past, looking to the founding of the SRE Network to help inform where we go next, and then heard about our collective impact in the field. We then heard 3 stories, just 3 of the many bright spots that we know are emerging across our network and community, one brave step at a time. And I know there's so many of those stories in this room, and we're just so appreciative that you're engaged in this work with us. Together, we held space for victim survivors to own their own stories and share with us the experience of what it really takes to tell that story, and we honor their voices. This afternoon, we broke into groups to explore just some of the many important topics bubbling up in our network right now. Advancing safety and equity in the Orthodox Jewish community, creating community covenants and britot, institutional abuse and crisis statements, and pursuing an intersectional approach to safety, respect, and equity. We then heard from 2 incredible national leaders about creating and championing equity in the workplace in tangible, concrete ways. And finally, we concluded with our discussion groups, exploring with colleagues how we can create more safety, equity, and respect in our own organizations. Throughout, Rabbis Ruttenberg and Rothstein helped us ground our experience in Jewish text, tradition, and song. I am so moved by what I've learned and the vulnerability and honesty of each and every one of you participating in this collective effort. I'm energized and hopeful for the work and progress ahead, and I hope that you are as well. So it is in that spirit that I am excited to share that SRE Network will be announcing its first strategic plan later this summer. Round of applause. And in it, we will share our renewed vision for the Jewish community and the role that SRE and all of you can play in pursuing it. We'll share our plans for membership, network engagement, resource sharing, and community investments. We are grateful to the over 160 participants in this months-long process, from interviews and focus groups to membership survey participants. We're grateful to the Strategic Planning Committee members, many of whom are in this room and are gathering tomorrow, remember, who are helping us create a plan for our future. Thank you so much for being part of our network. Thank you for your courage and leadership. We hope that you carry these 2 days with you forward and stay inspired and inspire those around you. I also know that whenever a great experience comes to a close, there is that initial lift, and then a day or 2 later, it's hard to remember just what we experienced together and what action steps we are planning on taking. So that's why I'm hoping that you'll follow Samantha's encouragement with your action plans and continue that work and let us know how we can help you. Looking ahead, our annual membership renewal process will be starting next month. We will be holding the post-convening processing session, as Samantha mentioned, in July with SPIVA, so watch your email for updates. And as we near the end of our time together, I want to thank and acknowledge everyone that made this convening possible, including the table captains, the lunchtime facilitators, and our incredible speakers. To our generous funders, including Schusterman Family Philanthropies, the Jim Joseph Foundation, the Weinberg Foundation, and many other valued supporters, and we have their names outside. Please see the full list in both the event app and the signage as you head out. Now, a special thank you to our SRE Advisory Board members, many of whom are here in attendance, and you heard from them these past 2 days. Lisa Eisen, Robert Bank, Aaron Dorfman, Adit Klein, Danielle Nadelson, Gamal Palmer, and Charlene Seidel. If folks can stand up that are here, Advisory Board members, for a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you so much. I would also like to thank our wonderful consultants who manage the logistics and help make everything possible. We have Anna Marks and as well, round of applause, as well as Sarah Weiss and Marissa Schwartz from Rhine Book Events. Round of applause. And now, of course, last but certainly not least, to the SRE team. It took a, yes. It took a great deal of care and managing thousands of details to ensure that you all had such a thoughtful and thought-provoking, uplifting experience. We have Dr. Gila Benchamal, our Senior Advisor of Research and Learning, who has been a key thought partner to us from the beginning. We have Nancy Kaufman, our Senior Advisor, Samantha Weil, our Community Manager, Andrea Deck, our Senior Program Officer, Julian Felvinci, our Operations Assistant, and Shayna Wasserman, our Director of Strategic Operations. So anyone who came to this big event expecting a big team, this is it. It is truly incredible what we have been able to accomplish together. And in particular, I want a round of applause to extend our deepest thanks to Shayna Wasserman, who has been our convening lead, as well as Julian Felvinci. Okay, so we're almost there. But now we really need to hear from you about your experience. It has been so wonderful to have these conversations in the hallway about what an incredible experience this has been. There has also been wonderful feedback. This would not be a Jewish conference without feedback. We don't want to just hear it in the hallways, in the elevator, or overheard telling your friends. We would love for you to click on the survey and fill it out so we can really take that great feedback internally, bring it back to the team, learn from it, and help us to continue to improve for the year ahead. So it only takes a few minutes. You can see the survey link in the app or click on the QR code because we're fancy. There we go, I know. I wanna start seeing phones coming out. Okay, I'm starting to see that happening. Okay, good. So we really want you to do that because there's that moment of should I do it now? No, I'll just do it on the, later, and then you don't. And we really need that feedback. So I can't tell you how invaluable that feedback is. Okay, I'll give folks another minute. It's not in the app. We can't. You have to refresh it. So I think it's in the left, and it's a little yellow dot, and you click refresh. Perfect. QR code is working. It's good. It's good to have backups. Line A, B, C. Okay. All right. So while you still have your phones out, we have some big news, drum roll, which is that we are excited. Ooh, I love a real drum roll. Yeah. We're excited to announce the date for next year's convening. We already have the date, folks. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, so everyone, no one in this room can say they did not get the date a year in advance. I want everyone to go back to their organizations, to their foundations, to their grantee partners, and let everyone know this is the SRE Network conference date. We checked many calendars, and we really want to give ourselves enough time to put together a really thoughtful experience for everyone to take into account your feedback as we continue to grow. So we're really excited. Please add this date to your calendar. And we're just so excited about the great growth that we can all do between now and the same time next year. Last but not least, speaking of growth, before you leave, please spot a plant, especially if you're local, on your table that speaks to you and bring it home with you as a wonderful reminder of this experience and your commitments in the year ahead. But don't fight over it, but there are plenty. And thank you again for joining us.